You are listening to Radio Long Island City, recorded at our studios near Hell Gate, 9 kilometers north of the Harbor Hill Moraine. And now, the Observatory. The Observatory, Thursday the 18th of December 2025. It is 87 days after the fall equinox. It is 3 days before the winter solstice. Tonight is the 5th night of Hanukkah. By the French Republican calendar, it is the 28th day of Frimaire, the day of the truffe, the truffle. The sun rises today at 7:15 a.m. Solar noon takes place today at 11:52 a.m. The sun sets today at 4:30 p.m., civil twilight ends at 5:01 p.m., and nautical twilight ends at 5:36 p.m. The length of daytime today is 13 seconds shorter than yesterday. The moon is in its waning crescent phase and is 2% full at midday. The new moon will arrive tomorrow. These are the predicted tides today for Horns Hook. In the wee hours, low tide, 2:21 a.m., 18 centimeters. In the morning, high tide, 8:45 a.m., 1 meter 43. In the afternoon, low tide, 3:07 p.m., 0 centimeters. At night, high tide, 9:20 p.m., 1 meter 19. In our shared realm of plants and animals, nature is fickle. Having been absent a good 2 weeks, geese have reappeared in Hallett's Cove. Their numbers are smaller than they were in September. The other day there were perhaps 20 of them, less than half the numbers that filled the cove in warmer weather. So these geese seem to be staying put for the time being. It's a reminder that while nature displays its regular cycles, unfolding with a fair degree of predictability, individual animals may make different decisions. And while many geese passed through and flew south this autumn, this little flock has opted to remain with us in Gotham, at least for now. Commemorations. Christmas firsts. On this day in 1892, the ballet The Nutcracker by Tchaikovsky enjoyed its premiere performance in St. Petersburg, Russia, the beginning of a Christmas classic. And on this day in 1966, How the Grinch Stole Christmas was aired for the first time on CBS. The animated feature film based on the book by Dr. Seuss was directed by Chuck Jones and featured Boris Karloff voicing the role of the Grinch. On this day in 2012, the first arrests took place of thieves who had perpetrated the Great Canadian Maple Syrup Heist. A bit of background. The Federation of Quebec Maple Syrup Producers controls the sale and distribution of maple syrup in that province. They are responsible for 77% of the global maple syrup supply. The Federation maintains a strategic reserve of maple syrup to keep a steady supply as well as to maintain its market value. In 2011, an especially good harvest led to the Federation renting temporary extra warehouses to store the overflow supply. Over the course of many months, a team of thieves entered the warehouses to steal the syrup. At first, they would remove barrels, drain the liquid gold, and refill the barrels with water. Then they got sloppy and simply siphoned the barrels, leaving them empty. Their thievery was discovered by Inspector Michel Gavreau, who climbed up to check the barrels and nearly toppled over when what should have been 600-pound full barrels turned out to be empty. The thieves had made off with nearly 3,000 tons of maple syrup. It was one of the largest agricultural heists in history. Only part of the reserve was ever recovered. Today we wish a happy birthday to Jacques Pepin, born this day in 1935. Having served as the personal chef to French President de Gaulle, he came to the U.S. and, declining an invitation to join the Kennedys as chef, went to work for Howard Johnson's. He has published more than 30 cookbooks, but who can forget the TV show he did with Julia Child, the 1999 PBS series, Julia and Jacques Cooking at Home. Happy birthday, Jacques Pepin. Finally, today is International Migrants' Day. Established by the UN General Assembly 25 years ago, it is a day to consider how we respond humanely to the vast number of people across the globe who seek safety and succor in their new homes. In this city of immigrants, International Migrants' Day has a particular resonance, a clarion call to welcome the newcomer. And that is the Observatory, Thursday the 18th of December, 2025.